Yeah.
We're gonna whack the shit out of it with the special tool we got. I think LMR sells them.
Hey, it's moving.
Ow! Ow! My finger.
Look, guys, look who made it back. Everybody's been wondering, where's Andrew at?
I've been out of town.
He's been out of town. He's been fly fishing for salmon or something. Look at what we got going on. We got the Poop Coupe in the house, and we're trying to put this 93 Cobra brake booster in. So wanted to show you guys. I've never installed one of these, by the way, but I do know after watching one of LMR's videos that you might have to massage on this strut tower. So I know a lot of you have done this already, but I do want to show you what we're working with.
I thought that was like slow motion or something.
See, right on this corner, if you guys look right down here, it's hitting the strut tower. So we're just gonna clearance that. Probably would, yeah.
We're gonna whack the shit out of it with the special tool we got. I think LMR sells them. And this gonna be a bitch.
Hey, it's moving.
Ow! Ow! My finger. Can't get no backswing on it. I'm beating the shit out of the valve cover.
Probably that little ball peen hammer worked good. Uh-oh.
Look at that. That ought to work.
That ought to work. Let's see. And
Maybe.
we're being lazy and we're not taking off the master cylinder here. So.
Well, that ain't really even the problem. It's really the clutch cable.
Yeah.
Well, it's so long you ain't got a lot of swing on it either.
Na-na-na-na. And just like that, we got this thing on. All right, let's talk real quick about what we had to do here. Honestly, we didn't have to beat on the strut tower much. You guys saw everything that we beat on here. So after that, it just slid right into place. Andrew got into the dash, did his thing.
I definitely put all 4 nuts on there.
Yeah, all four.
Torque to spec.
So anyway, that's it. We've not started the car up yet. I mean, this brake booster is bigger, but it's not something you really even notice. I could see to where it's going to make number 8 a little fun to get to, but it's not that bad. You know, it could be worse. You could be changing plugs in that car over there. Ooh,
That sucks.
that sucks. They got brakes? What does that look? What? Hold on, let me check it out. That's right. They could probably stand to be bled a little bit, but may have to pull that master cylinder back and adjust that rod.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Ain't good.
It's weird. It's even weirder whenever you feel it without any vacuum on it. I can feel the play in the pedal,
Yeah.
but it's not a lot. So here's the play in the pedal. That's not what we're feeling. Me and Andrew went ahead and bled the brakes. And guys, check this out. Something that we've never had on any of our cars. Well, I say that on any of mine, is rear brakes. And I did not realize that the rear brakes were working so good on this, but Andrew got in the car, pumped the brakes up, and they work. So that's awesome. We bled them all out. Feels pretty good. It's still a little spongy, but it feels good. So, Poop Coupe's done. Now, something else I want to talk to you guys about. We've got something good coming to the channel. So, you remember we took the car to the track, and that was just an embarrassment, right? Car popped out of gear. I pulled it out of gear. And got the car back running. The transmission and all was fine. We thought maybe we had broken an axle or the transmission. That was all good. Took the car down the return road, and the EEC relay quit on it. So the car sat down at the end of the track for, honestly, an hour and a half or so. In that time of this car sitting there, it allowed something great to happen. So as me and Papa T were running back and forth to the house trying to get parts to fix the car, we come back, and one of my buddies, David Caesar, You guys saw him in a video. He comes up. We were just getting ready to leave. He comes up with a golden opportunity. Andrew, I just want to say this.
I'm a hater, man.
If you were given the same opportunity at that time, would you have jumped on this deal?
Immediately.
Okay. I'm not going to tell you guys what it is just yet. Opportunities like this don't come around every day. And it has nothing to do with this channel. It has nothing to do with somebody giving me something. It's not like that. It's not like that. David's a good friend of mine. And Justin, you know, the 347 that's in the Calypso came from a good friend of mine, Justin. I've known him my whole life. And it's just part of being in this community. But yes, we got something. Y'all are going to freak out. You're going to freak out whenever we finally disclose this. And it could be as early as, well, probably Saturday. Tomorrow, which will be Friday or Saturday. So anyway, let's get back to talking about this car for a second and kind of our expectations and where this thing is. I want to take a second to remind you all that a car this simple with this little setup like this may be for you. It very well may be exactly what you want out of a car. I'm going to be real with you. Growing up driving the 65 here, I love this thing. It was very simple. Actually, it's in better shape now than what it ever was when I owned it in high school. You could see the road through the floorboards, like it didn't have all the nice suspension and everything on it. But I enjoy driving this car. This car reminds me of that. It's very raw. Let's face it. Unless you've got something maybe like the Retro Fox or, well, Andrew's cars are now both nice, so we can't say that about his. But or like date night with Ben's car. You know, these Fox bodies are going to have issues, right? Chances are your AC is not going to work right or your heater core is busted, and you're not getting in this car to drive it around, or that car to drive it around as your only vehicle. And with that being said, sometimes these cars that are kind of like a hot rod setup, right, kind of raw and nasty, good sounding cam, they start up, they run good, they drive decent, are some of the most fun cars that you'll ever have. And I told Andrew about it earlier. This is truly probably one of the cars that I enjoy driving the most.
It is fun to drive.
It is. It's so fun. It's not fast per se. It's quick and it's fun to drive. I'll say that.
It's fun because it's not fast. So
yeah, exactly. You can go out.
You can go beat on it and don't have to worry about busting the transmission or breaking an axle or it didn't hook this because it's gonna hook. Like
it's gonna hook.
Like,
it's gonna hook unless we go out there in 30-degree weather and try to dump the clutch at 4,000.
Yeah.
Like, but
I mean, you can make it not hook. But.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, like Andrew's saying, this thing's gonna hook. It's fun to drive. It's very simple. It's very simple to work on. And honestly, like I love the look of it now. It's really grown on me with the whole swirls, and it's just so
you
clean.
Going out picking on Coyote cars, but the car runs good.
I truly do feel like that this car will run 8.0s. 780, 790 could happen if you left on the rev limiter, you made some good shifts, sure. But, I mean, I think this car will go 8.0s, 820s all day long, and that's respectable, right? And you got to think, these are stock heads. You guys can look around on Marketplace, get yourself a set of GT40 heads, which will really help, or a set of old used AFR 165s, and that'll wake this thing up. It's got an N41 camshaft in it already. It's not going to take a whole lot. Don't sleep on these stock bottom end cars. They're just so fun. Anyway, I'm saying all this to say that I love this car way more than I thought I ever would. When we first started building this, I didn't anticipate it being so fun. I don't think Andrew did. None of us
not
really
did.
did.
It was just kind of another one.
Yeah, it was just another one. We
honest.
bought it, and we said, well, we better do something with it. You know, the channel's watching. You know, you guys want to see us do something with it, and I had to get off my lazy ass and get out and do something with it. It all started with the fuel cell in the back. You know, we come back here, and I say all started, but we come back here and we threw a little fuel cell in it, and we said, okay, well, we got us some fuel, and we just started kind of tinkering and adding some fuel lines and dropped in about 3 different motors put together and come up with this. These are the stock heads off the Retro Fox. And what is this? This block came out of the Carbon Fox back when it was the 1K. Subscriber gave us the intake, and that's it.
I can never remember what motors come out of what. We done swapped them around.
Yeah, we have. We swapped them around a lot. But enjoy your car, okay? Some of you guys are craving this right here. You're craving, because I do. You're craving how empty this thing is with a carbureted setup and a little air cleaner up there. You want this setup, and I'm here to tell you, if you want it, go after it. Go get it. So far, I've had no issues with this belt setup. And this belt routing and setup makes this extremely clean and easy under here. You know, I don't know if I could trust this to go 300-400 miles. I don't know if it's got enough wraparound to keep everything cool, but so far, no issues whatsoever. The car doesn't have a thermostat in it. As you can see, it's got electric fans, and it doesn't move. Like, the gauge doesn't hardly move at all. The car just runs so good, and you know, you can spend your money on some decent brakes and some suspension stuff, and you can have yourself a nice car. It doesn't take a lot on the inside to make these things comfortable. A set of decent seats, you know, rear seat delete back there, or just leave it out like I did. That is a true rear seat delete right there. And that's it. Getting these things to drive them around. So the brakes seem fine on the car. We haven't driven it yet, but I think they'll be okay. We did upgrade once again to the 93 Cobra brake booster. These things are large and in charge, so you're going to have to...
I never put one in before. You always read on the internet about how you got to beat the crap out of it to get it in there. And it really wasn't that bad.
Nah,
we hit on it for about, what, 3, 4, 5 minutes maybe, here and there, and tapped it with a dead blow, and it fell right in.
Yeah, fell right in. Wasn't fun under the dash, but, you know, that's normal stuff.
Yeah, it's like that with a regular one, though.
Yeah. So, I don't know, just to make this video not quite so boring, why don't we go ahead and start the car up, listen to it for a second, and we'll wrap this thing up. And here's another reason why I like this so much. You got to have confidence in your car. And a car with a good carburetor gives you a lot of confidence over an EFI car. I've had batteries go dead on these cars, these fuel-injected cars, and the computer... See, this has a Motes quarter horse in it, and it's supposed to have a battery inside of the computer, inside of the chip, that's supposed to keep all the memory. I've had this thing die on me a couple of times at the gas station, and luckily I was close enough to home to go get the computer, bring it back, install a new tune, and be good to go, right? So think about that for a second. Some of these fuel-injected cars can give you a lot of trouble. You got sensors and shit like that go bad. This thing is a carbureted car. Yeah, I mean, shit can happen, but honestly, a lot of times you have a float that's stuck. You can go tap the bowl, kind of get this thing to run, and you can probably make it back home. So it makes cars like this so fun and so simple. I mean, I love this. Give it one pump on the accelerator. Love it, y'all. I love it. And it sounds so good. If you ever want to hear what your cam sounds like truly a carbureted car, ain't that right, Andrew? EFI cars kind of manipulate timing and everything else, and sometimes can throw off your cam. Not with a carbureted car. Listen to this. Sounds good. It actually sounds better in person than it does on camera. I love the Poop Coupe. All right, y'all. I'm going to wrap this one up. And as always, thanks for watching.